Hello, my name is Mr. Atkins. I'm the head of music at Ashfield School, and here is a short presentation about the A-level music course we have available at Ashfield School in our post-16 centre. Before we go on to the details of the course, this is specifically for students who aren't currently at Ashfield. I just wanted to show you some of our facilities we have available. We are very lucky that we have excellent specialist facilities available in our music department. We have 3 large teaching rooms. 2 of these you can see on the screen in front of you now. One of these also doubles up as our computer room, our PC suite, and we have a full class set of PC computers, and these have Sibelius software available for students to use for their composition work. In addition to the 3 teaching rooms, we have an iMac suite. This tends to be used for our music technology students, but it is available to all music students. There's the usual software you would expect on an Apple computer, but we also have Logic and GarageBand, which we use for digital music production. So in addition to our teaching rooms, we have 5 dedicated practice rooms, as well as a student workroom with 4 computers in. We have high quality resources. We've got several Yamaha pianos. We've got electric drum kits, acoustic drum kits, a selection of guitars, more old pianos in the some of the practice rooms for just general use. In addition to this, we also have a concert grand piano in our school hall, which is where we often do our music concerts. Moving on to concerts, we have a range of extracurricular opportunities available. Many of our A-level students contribute greatly to the musical life at Ashfield. We have a concert band for our woodwind and brass musicians. We have our highly acclaimed school choir, the Ashfield School Vocal Ensemble, who have performed in venues such as Disneyland Paris, Notre Dame Cathedral, and Cologne Cathedral. With these performance groups that we have going at Ashfield, we put on an annual Christmas concert in December. We have a performance recital evening for our GCSE and A-level students to showcase their performance skills. We have an annual school production that many of our students get involved in, a musical theatre showcase, and a summer arts festival in June or July. So these opportunities are available to all our music students. In addition to that, for students who wish to learn to play a musical instrument or have individual lessons on an instrument or voice, we do have a team of specialist peripatetic teachers at Ashfield who come in to deliver that individual tuition. And this would be available to our post-16 students as well. There is a charge for this each term, but more information on that would be available when you come to Ashfield in September. So moving on to an overview of the A-level music course. The course that we do has 2 routes. One is the performance route and one is the composition route. Now all this means is that students can either specialise in performance or composition and get a bit of extra credit for their stronger skill. So if they choose the performance route, for example, they would do a performance recital that lasts at least 10 minutes on their instrument or voice, and this is worth 35% of the total A-level. In addition to the performance, all students still do composition, so that would be 25% weighting, and that is 2 compositions. One is a candidate set brief, so that can be in any style for any forces, any resources that they want to use. They choose what they want to write. And then the other composition is to an OCR set brief, and there are 6 briefs published each year in year 13, and the students would a piece of music that meets one of those briefs. That together adds up to 60% of the course being coursework based, meaning the remaining 40% is the listening and praising exam. And we'll talk about the exam shortly. So the alternative route to that is students who have more of an interest or strength in composition. The main difference is the weighting switches to from performance to composition, as you would expect. So 30 for this positions instead of 2. So you still do the candidate set brief, you still do the OCR set brief, and you have to do some additional composition technical. The performance recital is shorter, so it's 6 minutes long minimum rather than 10 minutes, and that is a 25% weighting. Excuse me. So again, the 35 plus 25 gives us 60% coursework, and the listening and appraising exam makes up the other 40%. The main thing to say before we move on is that the listening and appraising exam is identical no matter which route you take. So whether you take performance or composition, you will do the same listening exam and you will do the same course content. So in terms of the course content, this is for the listening and appraising exam, and there is also a link to the composition briefs that are set each year. There are 4 areas of study students look at. Area of study 1 and 2 are compulsory, and we do 2 additional areas of study, and the ones that we currently offer are on the screen. So area of study 1 is the instrumental music of Haydn, Mozart and Beethoven, so our classical period option. Area of study 2 is popular music, jazz, blues, swing and big band. So the great thing about this A-level course is although we do classical music for one area of study, we also look at popular music and popular vocal music of the early 20th century. So it's a really balanced, diverse course, and it's a really interesting course to study and also for me to teach. These 2 areas of study, so number 1 and number 2, these have prescribed works. What that means is it means there is, for area of study 1, normally 1, possibly 2 pieces of music to look at. Area of study 2 has 3, 4 or 5 tracks from a particular album. Now these prescribed works are studied in depth. The students know obviously about them before they go into the exam, and they will get questions based on the context, based on the history, based on their perceptions in these prescribed works. And so we'll spend a lot of time over the years familiarising ourselves with these pieces, learning them in great depth so that students are prepared for the exam. The additional areas of study, we currently offer programme music 1820 to 1910, so that is romantic programme music, and programme music is music that has been written to illustrate an extra musical narrative, to show a picture, to tell a story, and that sort of music. So it's a bit like the precursor to film music, but obviously it's, you know, before film music was invented. The additional area of study that we do as well is innovations in music from 1900 to present day, and that is where we look at modern music, how music has gone off in different directions, and the sort of more abstract music that's emerged in the 20th century, and that's a really fun topic to study, because we see how composers have maybe pushed the boundaries of music and thought outside the box and just really sort of, you know, advanced the thinking around music. So we hope that the 4 areas of study that we have chosen are able to give the students a wide range of knowledge, give them a broad understanding of music should they choose to go on to music in further or higher education. In terms of the additional areas of study, there are no prescribed works for those, and we study a range of repertoire, and students then have to answer some questions on context, drawing their perceptions from a wide variety of musical examples. There is the potential to change the additional areas of study should we get a cohort of students that have particular strengths in other areas. So, for example, one of the areas of study that we don't currently do but could do is the sacred music of the Baroque period. That tends to not be quite as popular. The other option we have available is instrumental jazz. And so obviously this isn't set in stone, but again, we find that this course content that we offer meets the majority of our students' needs and provides a broad, balanced curriculum at A-level. The exam has a range of questions. There are some listening questions on unfamiliar music. There are some listening questions on the prescribed works from area of study 1 and 2. And then there are some longer answer questions, contextual analysis and evaluation from the additional areas of study. That's the course in a nutshell. I appreciate that this is a bit different to our usual method of communicating this to you. So obviously, if you do have any questions, my email is on this final slide. Just some additional information to be aware of. Entry requirements for the course are going to be sent out by post 16 for all of the courses. One specific to music that is worth mentioning now is the performance standard expected is grade 6 by the end of year 13. That doesn't mean you have to have done the grade 6 exam. There is no requirement to do any graded exams on your instrument, but it is the standard that is expected for A-level music. And like I said, that's by the end of year 13. So if you're currently in year 11 and you are on grade 4 to 5, at the moment, you've got plenty of time to be at the right standard for your performance recital in year 13. So obviously we're thinking about grade 6 in 2 to 2.5 years time. This is an A-level only route. We don't offer the AS because the year 12s and year 13s are in the same group. So this is a 2-year course and we do not offer the AS qualification. If you want to look up the specification in your own time, the exam board and specification that we offer at Ashfield is the OCR A-level music and the code is H543. That's all the information I'm in the presentation for now. Obviously, if you do have further questions or you require further information, then please email me. As I said, my name is Mr. Thomas Atkins. I'm the head of music and assistant head of PE and performing arts at Ashfield School. And you can see my email address is on the screen. So hopefully you're interested in A-level music. It's becoming a very popular course. We've got 10 students at the moment, from some from Ashfield, some from other schools, and it's a really, really great course to study if music is one of the things you are interested in. So like I said, if you've got any further questions, please feel free to email me. Otherwise, we'll look forward to hopefully welcoming you on the course in September. Thank you very much.